All right, Sam and I having a conversation. He asked a very poignant question, or brought up a very good point to me. He said to me that he has tried to kill himself before.
Hold on.
Listen, now let me finish.
No, put that down and pretend it's not there. Just put it down and pretend it's not there.
No, I have to finish this point so we can get back on track here. Okay, listen. What he said was he has killed himself before, but in his most recent experiences has felt more pain, right? That's what you said.
Yes.
More pain and you want to just go ahead and say it so I don't have to recap, or what? You have felt more pain now than you did when you were trying to kill yourself. And my response to it was that it's because everything else in your life outweighed the pain you were feeling now. So it wasn't your pain threshold that went up.
It was the hope.
It was your hope that went up. Something that has changed.
Yeah.
It wasn't the I don't know. I don't know where to set it to act like it's not here.
Yeah, I think you basically just said it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we were talking about, and so that's what you learned.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah, and because it's not merely just the threshold for pain that augments itself when you become stronger. It's the belief that better things can happen.
Right, and my I don't know what I was talking about with what you said was the whole thing with, I don't know, I was talking about it with Craig actually, was because he thinks that, like, a lot of people think that suicide is like a sin or something like an offense to God or something, but I always feel like, I know it sounds really insensitive, but I think that suicide and people who actually, die before their time, quote unquote, taken whatever, by freak accident or whatever, but your point was that they die at their time. They can't go before or after, right? And
precisely.
Right, but I think that, like, suicide is not a sin against God. I think it is a noble cause for some people because it's at the point where you say, I can't live with the perverse shit and all the sadness in the world. God, you were wrong. It's the disagreement I was talking about with God. You know what I mean? Like, I think it is a noble way out. It's like, it's either you are strong enough to deal with it and think that or you can basically sleep at night living in a world like this. Like, that's the way that I keep going, is because I'm not the noble martyr, that was like, I cannot live with this no longer. Like, I think it's kind of a snobby thing, too, to kill yourself and be like, I really can't live in this world anymore.
And I don't have to.
And I don't have to, so there. And so, it goes both ways. I don't think it's a sin. I think it's a God-given right as a conscious and physically, tangible human being.
I wouldn't call it a sin, but I would call it a failure.
I would call it, really? A failure? Yeah, fail on some part, not a personal failure, but like,
it's a
like it was,
failure.
It was definitely like a glitch in the system.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. So. Yeah.
And you want to merge into the topic of sin? Because that's the next thing.
What do you believe sin is?
I don't think that sin is a set of rules made by a giant man in the sky. I think that sin is we'll go ahead and call it unhealthy behavior because it stifles your communication with
blocks
who I call God.
Yeah, it blocks your
who
chi.
And what I call God.
Yes.
It just sets things off balance. But here's the thing about balance. The universe is not balanced. It requires a small amount of balance to keep correcting itself so things move.
And it has, turmoil. Like when I say women are like a perfect creature and the man is the mutation, like in the womb, whatever. But what it is it's because women sit at homeostasis very well. Like, we're good, stagnant strength. We can sit here and be cool.
Right.
And like say, men are the ones who cause the turmoil in our hearts and our lives, who cause progression and change. So even though it seems like a mess, it's a perfect storm.
Yeah. Wow. So it's all wow. I just kind of.
Okay. Yeah, you visualize that.
It's not that it's all good or that it's all bad. It just is what it is.
Like, it's good to be settled, but it's also good to be crazy. Like when I told you the reason what I love about, like, why I know I love John so very much, or why I know what I'm doing and whatever, when I'm having like second thoughts about a relationship, whatever, and I'm like, why do I love this man? Why do I put up with this going crazy every fucking morning? He drives me absolutely nuts, blah, 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 blah. And everything he says, I just want to like smack the shit out of him. What is that? But then I sit and think, I'm like, well, if he wasn't in my life, what would I be doing? I'd be like, I wouldn't be going out of my mind. But at the same time, I'm like, how boring would that be? Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's all the chaos and the craziness that, like I was saying, like you gotta fit. It's not about the drama and the not having drama. Like I like drama-free life. No, it's not about that. What it's about is picking your favorite drama, the one that makes you feel the biggest and brightest and most loved.
Yeah.
Because that's
All too well.
Yeah.
Too well.
I don't know, I think sin, is just, it's not good nor evil. It's not like an entity. I don't think somebody makes you do it. I think it's like all personal, conscious, you feel it.
Even the Bible has a verse that says this. And
even the Bible, it's the only one I've ever read. I've never read the Quran.
Well, the Bible is, short sidetrack on the Bible. Footnote here. The Bible is the most commonly thumped book by religious, dogmatic people who aren't thinking anymore.
Well, it's got great scripture. The Jews are wonderful writers.
Sure, but what it says is, the Bible says that, and if this particular verse pertains to people who are saved or whatever, but the Bible says that all things are lawful.
That's why Hitler was so charismatic, because he was part Jewish.
But not all things are profitable.
Huh. One more time?
All things are lawful. All things have been made lawful, is what it says. That's where the safe part comes in. But not all things are profitable.
I don't understand.
It means that you can do whatever you want. It's just not necessarily the best thing to do that's going to help the most. Like,
right, because it's not bad. Well,
right.
Okay, so was something I was talking about.
It's what you said. It's a paraphrase of
because it's not just enough to live and not bother anybody, but to be a good man is to profit. And I'm not talking just money, right? I was trying to explain that to Greg. It's like, it's not about the money. It's just about progressing your life in a way so that you can provide for people around you. You know what my dad said?
Right.
Listen, my dad pulled this one from the Bible. Listen, do you know what? God, what did he say it was? It was the definition, the word liturgy.
Okay.
I think that's the one. Is when a family provides something from their, to benefit the community.
Okay.
Okay, like when a family in a town, a rich family, pays for the roads or irrigation.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Or donates to the piece of your, because liturgy is a piece of your income,
so
like
it's,
the Mormons.
It's a little piece of the communist ideal.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It's and here's my argument when people are like, "Oh, churches, what is your money?" And I'm like,
Right.
It seems like that, especially when like churches start praying for money and shit, and like $20 bills falling from your fucking shower head.
And spending it on Cadillacs for the preacher.
It's weird. But here's the thing. My point is, I know, right? They're weird. It's the Bethels, I'm telling you. They're like, I fell from my shower, I'm testifying. You're lying, is what you're doing. Anyway, but no,
it's just blasphemy against the Holy Ghost. You need to be careful with that.
I know. Anyway, but my point is yes, but it's not the church that is wanting your money. What it is if you want a communal place to spiritually do something, you must pay for it. Somebody else doesn't. It's not like, I go to church, so you have to build it and be pretty and stuff, and I don't have to do anything.
It's free. What you got for my kids?
It better be there. It better. Yeah, I'm just saying that you better have Christmas presents for me. No, but I mean, right? And,
or else.
Or else. If I'm going, you better have a church that gives
I would
stuff
say
away.
if you want me to be there,
Yeah.
and you do want me to be there, right?
And it's like, but it's supposed to be like people coming together and going, oh my God, I believe in that same thing too. You know what we should do is build a house together. We can go and hang out every week.
Yeah.
And, like,
a
have,
spot
like,
where we can do this.
A spot where we can like have the drums. And here, I'll pitch in this much.
Yeah.
So that we can have like a really dang pool table there, you know, or something, or so that we can put it in a pot, so that we can all help someone who has like some thing happen in their life that we want to help, but we didn't have the means. But now we do, because we have a pot that we put the means into.
No,
and that's what
yeah.
the Bethels taught me, is that we're not actually praying for money. Is what we're doing is we're wanting the best for ourselves so that we can provide the best for people around us, because it's just as God wants the best for us, we want the best for our children.
But one of my biggest
Because we're all designed perfect.
problems with
And we have infinite potential of...
sure, well,
No.
especially when we're plugged into our source.
Because what one man can do, another can surely do.
My biggest problem with organized religion in the West and what it does with its offerings is that it pays far more for the show than it does to benefit the poor or any of those things that true religion is.
Right. Okay. You're right. I want to see what's going on the camera. Sorry. Oh, it's still recording. Cool. Like 10 minutes in, I don't even know if it was recording your face. Let me see. It's probably recording your crotch. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Yeah, that would be ironic as hell.
Oh, wait, let me see where it is recording.
Oh.
No, it's recording your butt and stuff, and your elbow.
I'm glad we're doing this. I actually am getting a lot of things on here that
Yeah, I know. I felt
would
weird.
like people to hear said.
I'm gonna download it on YouTube,
That's fine.
and I'm gonna make it public. Yeah. And the government, I know,
Yeah.
will be watching.
Okay, maybe I can get my dad to sit through it. Maybe not.
Maybe I
Hey,
think it's
Dad,
just pointing too high,
If
isn't
my
it?
dad, I hate to even acknowledge the camera at all.
I know. Well,
Like we've kind of drawn attention to it. I just want to say, Dad.
hi, Mom. Sorry.
I don't take my medicine around you, but this is me taking my medicine, and as you can see, I'm taking my medicine.
Do you not tell your dad that you smoke pot?
No, he knows that I smoke pot.
You've just never done it in front of
Well,
him.
I've asked him if I.
No.
No. I'll tell you.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, please.
What it is, my dad told me once. Well, I asked my dad. If you,
He didn't want to see you.
I said, if you ever came over to my house and I was smoking pot, would you chew? And he said, no, I'd leave. And I said, why? And he said, because that's just not what I'm doing. Right on. Anyway, if my dad, I'm just.
Does that hurt your feelings?
No, not at all. Just no. Everyone is comfortable with what they're comfortable with. And if my dad happens to be watching this, I just wanted to point out that
Well, he's not with
he's
you
never
doing-
seen me smoke pot ever. Seen me smoke pot. So if he actually watches this and hears the conversation and looks at this like sample of my life and brain, this will be the first time he actually sees it.
Quit pointing.
No, but we talk a lot. Me and my dad
Making
talk a
me
lot.
nervous. Stop it.
Well, especially if this is going on YouTube.
Well, don't
We
worry
can't
about
put this
it,
on
but,
YouTube.
But he's not with
I
you.
can't put this on YouTube.
Sam,
I can't put this on YouTube.
I'm gonna slap you
You
in
have
the
to
face.
cut that part out. We'll have to cut the pot out, or I might get in trouble.
Why? You know, but listen. Sam, you made it weird.
What?
You made it weird.